history of what you're looking at. So, of course, this is just a CO2 pipeline prop, okay? And we developed this purely for first responders. That was the original intent, okay? You know, Exxon does a large pipeline training multiple times a year at the Teeks Fire Academy over in Gulf Station. We've done it for everything. And so we did it for years to train first responders. But really the goal was not your Beaumont Fire Department or Houston Fire Department or Dallas, whatever. It was your more localized volunteer fire departments. The first responders that just don't have access or the ability to get, you know, the extensive training that the larger fire departments had. We saw a clear need for that. And so that's what we did. That's what started everything in College Station. But then we went even more granular and said, hey, can we bring this to local fire departments? Can we bring it, you know, here to Deweyville, to Newton County? Can we bring it to wherever to train locally? That's where this came from. If you look in the trailer, there's TVs that pull out. There's all kinds of different things that we can utilize from this to train locally. Okay, so that's just kind of the backstory of what it is. What is it? See, just a pipeline prop. Just looks like a piece of pipeline. Little secret, it's just PVC pipe. It used to be metal, it was way too heavy. It's easier to do now for all of our guys, okay? So we're gonna release some CO2 here in a second, and just so that y'all can see it, okay? So I've got a CO2 monitor. I'm gonna show it and kind of read some numbers to you guys just so that y'all understand. So the key thing about CO2 to remember, you know, CO2 is a bully gas. You know, CO2, it's in the air right now. We breathe out, we're releasing CO2. CO2 has, as a bullet gas, depending on the atmospheric conditions and temperature and wind, there's all these variables outside that dictate what it does and how it impacts us as humans or animals, etc. Okay? So this is to be able to show and train. So think about a first responder. A first responder, I'm doing this as quick as I can, but a first responder is not going to be asked by us or any other pipeline company to go stop the leak if there is. That's not the goal. A first responder's goal is if anybody is in the area to get them safely out, so we train and teach and give them the tools so they know what to do. But it's also to create a safe zone around it and all of that type of stuff. So that's what we utilize this to practice and to teach and to show and to demonstrate, okay? So does anybody want to be part of the demonstration? Anybody? Come on. All right. So this is a monitor. Okay. The only thing I care about right now is the number in the top right. What's the number right now? 450. All right. So that's measuring the CO2 in the air as we stand outside right now. If I'd have carried it inside in there, it would have been a little higher because it's an enclosed space. Yes, there's air conditioning stuff, but the CO2 concentration is higher because there's a bunch of us in there talking and expelling CO2. So we're gonna rip it in a minute. And do you want to walk through it and read the number and you tell me what you see, okay? Okay? All right. Y'all want to rip it? First of all, it might be a little loud. Don't worry about it. That's just the pressure coming off. You don't have to hold it for your ears. It's not that loud. We're not monster truck loud, okay? But you're going to see it. Everybody is perfectly fine and safe. Don't think you've got to run or anything like that. Y'all are all perfectly fine. Supercritical CO2, yes. Yes. Okay, yes. So remember, what's in here is what would be in a pipeline transporting what we do on a daily basis, okay? All right, when it gets going, then just walk through it and walk back and let's see what they pay attention to that top right number and tell me what you see. Go ahead. Okay, I couldn't hear anything said. Did anybody else? Okay. What was? Go ahead.
3,000. 3,000.
Okay.
It started at 450.
Okay, there you go. So let's do some little quick math and numbers and things on that. So that's 3,000 parts per million. Okay. So for reference, if it was 4,000-ish or higher, we as humans could operate in that environment for 8 hours. And it wouldn't negatively impact us, okay? So just trying to give you guys an example. So if you saw this as a pipeline leak and it was going on.
So how's it leaking? Where's it coming out of?
So if you look at the valve on the back, you see right there? It blows out through there, correct. This is truly just a prop. Come through here.
Oh, it's coming. So this is just.
Yes, ma'am.
It's all coming in a little cluster.
So the point being is when you train first responders and even the public in general, and for y'all's knowledge, so you see you saw a CO2 leak, just because you see the smoke or you hear it or whatever, that in and of itself does not mean that it is, dangerous to you or human life, etc. Okay?
Smoke is water vapor.
It is,
right.
and so look, it's already gone. It's in the atmosphere, and
Because
now
there's
the
plenty
markers.
out here.
Correct. And now the markers are already back down. So just as an example, just to show y'all kind of what it is, what it does, so on and so forth.
What is the number right now?
It's going to 2,200 and going down.
Oh, yeah. So this is the problem of trying to figure out what happened
Huh?
here.
So it's going down.
It's going-
So let me give you an example. Like, let's talk about weather and why weather plays a big part about CO2 specifically. So
It's hot.
it's hot.
It's 16.
Okay, gas goes in the air.
You guys experience most of it. 1650.
There you go. So think about it. It's hot. There's a little bit of wind, but not much. We're kind of blocked by the school end of the day, but it's really hot.
1500.
Everything dissipates. Okay. It was super
1450.
windy. It would blow. You might not have even seen the cloud. too.
We're all in it.
Okay.
Cloud that it was
So
released.
when
this
people
is
talk
it.
about CO2 and CO2 leaks and all the types of stuff, what I hope you take away from this is it is very dependent on atmospheric conditions, temperature, wind, relative humidity, dew point, all of that type of stuff. See, it's already back to 1,100 and going down.
No,
See?
it's too hot on the ground. It might be, winters might be.
Yeah. Okay, any questions over what I said, what you saw, ideas, thoughts?